Chris Franjola is the hilarious comedian. You know him from Chelsea Lately, from Juicy Scoop, from Cover to Cover podcast. He's coming to Chicago, coming to Zanies December 13th and 14th. Chris, it's always so great to see you. How are you? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. I'm very excited to be back in Chicago. This is it's been a while, so this is fun.
Now, the first couple of times we got to meet you is when you were on Chelsea Lately. And the
Right.
big story, I mean, everyone stopped talking about Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck because it was Joe Koy and Chelsea Handler. I mean, wow. I mean, how did this happen?
I don't know, I kind of knew about it for a while, but now it's out. We were keeping it under wraps there for a bit, but it's out. Good for them. I mean, why not?
Well, why not? I mean, there was a photo that Chelsea posted, and it was her and Fortune and Joe and Ross, and it just brought me back to those times of watching the show. And just, it almost feels like the comedy version of the Brat Pack, where you go back and watch those movies, and you're like, I'm so happy these people are still friends, and look at the amazing careers that everybody
Right.
has blossomed into.
Yeah. That's funny because I had dinner last night with Fortune and Sarah Colonna and Heather McDonald. So yeah, we were all talking about that photo, as a matter of fact. Yeah, we're all friends. It was a great time. We're almost 9 years we were on that crazy show, and I don't know if we could even do that show these days, but with the political whatever climate you want to consider it. But we had fun doing it back then. People loved it, and we're happy they did. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, exactly. I mean, especially, some of the guests, Lindsay Lohan on there, the Kardashians on there. And now those are those hard to get guests. I mean, you guys had them on all the time.
I know. Yeah, we had them. We had Lindsay Lohan hosted the show the day she was released from prison or whatever she was in, some sort of jail, prison. And the day she was released, the first thing she did was come and host our show. And the Kardashians we had host all the time. I mean, it was wild every morning to come and go into the writer's room and sit down with Kim Kardashian and Lindsay Lohan and some of these other people, that Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. So it was a wild experience.
It was a wild experience, and one that we all treasure. But let's talk a little bit about the Cover to Cover podcast. Tell us a little bit about what you cover and a little bit about some of the new episodes.
Well, the funny thing is we kind of cover everything on the podcast, which is why we called it Cover to Cover, kind of, I guess. My initial intention when I started it was to kind of just go through the paper and just talk about the topics of the day. And that's kind of what we started doing. And then now it's veered off into some crazy other things we do. But we always start with some pop culture news, and then we get into, we go through the Vermont Country Store catalog and we break that down. We break down a lot of weird magazines and catalogs, things like that. So it's been great. It's doing really well. People love it. So I'm happy to do it.
One of the topics you talked about was Mariah Carey's new song, Fall in Love with Christmas. Obviously, There's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Right after Halloween, people start playing it nonstop.
Yeah.
What was your take as far as a new song from her for the holidays?
Well, I played it. I listened to it. It's certainly not All I Want for Christmas. It's not as good as that. But, I mean, anything Mariah Carey says, she's like the queen of Christmas. So anything she does, I think people gravitate towards. So it's an okay song as far as Christmas songs go. Not bad.
As far as like Oprah's favorite things and all the high price ticket items, what was it like to chat about that? And is there any like item that you saw that you're like, I would really like a $50 bubble bath, or something of that nature?
Yeah, $110 candles and $50 bubble baths, and there's like a rowing machine on there for a couple $1,000. But I mean, it's all good stuff, I guess. Oprah seems to know how to live a good life. So I guess if you get these things, you're one step closer to being Oprah. And now it's funny. I mean, you probably remember you used to just watch it on her channel, ABC show out of Chicago, by the way, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And now she just does it on Amazon. You just go to Amazon and click on Oprah's favorite things and have everything delivered right to your house.
Oh, I remember those times where she would do her favorite things on the episode, and it was, here's this one thing, and it would sell out immediately, and people would just go crazy.
People would go berserk for like corn muffins and slippers, whatever she was. I mean, it was a fun time.
Well, I mean, she's got to check out all these products. I can only imagine what the Amazon delivery truck, delivery service to her house, must look like, leading up to that episode.
It's got to be unbelievable. But I got the candle. I got the $110 candle. Someone sent it to me. It's 3 candles, and they're as good as candles can be, I guess.
Exactly. You're also on Cameo. Let's talk a little bit about maybe some
Yeah.
of the crazy requests that you get, or what's it like being on that platform?
Cameo is interesting. It's something that I got on very early on. The people who kind of created Cameo came to me very early on. They wanted comedians. I believe that was also a Chicago-based company at the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get a lot of strange requests. A lot of people ask me to do impressions of people that I do. I do a Caitlyn Jenner impression. That's not great, but people love to hear that. They asked me to do it in Caitlyn Jenner voice. They asked me to do the gay caveman, which is a character I used to do on Chelsea Lately. So I get requests like that, from things that I've done over the years, and it's fun. It's one of those things I do, here in my house. I can just knock them out. I've done hundreds, 600-700 of them already. So I actually went to they had like a Christmas party a few weeks ago here in LA, and I went to their Cameo Christmas party. So I'm a VIP Cameo member.
VIP Cameo member. Now, as far as someone who maybe wants to get a message out for the holidays, how soon do they have to book them, and how quickly do they get out?
Oh, I turn them around pretty quick. You get it to me, I turn it around within 1 or 2 days. So I'm right on top of it. Some people.
I've seen you roast people for their birthdays, and obviously, to cheer somebody up. I mean, comedians are probably the best people on there to give a cameo, because you can't get roasted at a live show, but this can be something you can keep watching over and over and over again.
And the other thing about getting a comedian is, for the most part, we've got nothing better to do. So we'll go on for 5-10 minutes, where some people just 10 seconds and they're out. We'll drone on. We love to hear ourselves talk. We'll drone on for 10 minutes. So you're getting your money's worth.
You're getting your money's worth. I just gave you a 45-minute set. There you go.
Right, exactly.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Chris, thank you so much for your time today. December 13th and 14th, catch them at Zanies, 1548 North Wells. Go on their website to go ahead and purchase those tickets, and then follow him on social media, Cover to Cover podcast. It's some funny stuff. And, we love having Chris in our city. So, and Cameo, perfect holiday gift.
And Cameo. Yeah. Get those cameos. Thank you very much. Good to see you. I'm looking forward to being in Chicago.